Hi people, and hello my Chili Con Carnage crew, it's Chili here, the man who produces Design for My Eyes, doing a 5-minute review on 311's newest album, Full Bloom. There is certainly something that is endearing about the legacy of 311, but more so to the fact that I know so little about them. In fact, I thought for sure that this band had split up some decades ago, and we would remember them as one of those bands of that era. Now, despite my lack of knowledge on the subject, 311 have indeed been pumping out albums all the way up until a few weeks ago, and Full Bloom is the band's 14th record. So of course, let's take a look at it. I think the first song sets up the album to some degree, and this song for me is not a bad sounding tune, but it feels so different to what I've heard from the band in years gone by. Usually you want a high energy tune to bring in the new album, and there is a huge riff on here when it opens, but it feels a little anticlimactic as well, while still managing to avoid their signature groove. Still, I can't let this song guide my opinions for the rest of the album, so of course I persevere onto the next track and Need Somebody, which again isn't a bad song, but starts to feel like the band are showing us a deflated balloon of what once was, and it's not until we get to the title track that I find myself grooving to this simple tune. I'm not sure what it is, but the blending of ska meets reggae, I guess, with a heavier edge to it, and it just transcends this song. Now, not everything on this record is a happy-go-lucky sounding affair, with the song Friends acting as a warning as they slow the tempo down for this tune, about not wanting to give up and continue living his life. It's a rather uplifting message on this record, delivered in a bit of a drab musical piece, and of course serves as a bit of a warning. With this release, it marks the first record by the band under their own label, SKP, a record label promoting newer musicians and giving them a chance to exceed, and it is a very noble effort by these musicians. But it's perhaps a bit transparent on this short affair. There is nothing wrong with the production of the record, and in fact it does sound quite decent, but it marks the first time working with producer Colin Britton, and it feels like he just let the band do whatever they felt like, rather than, I guess, pushing them in any particular direction, which is a noble effort for any producer, and of course something that many musicians want when they go into the recording studio. But sometimes you need a push, and I feel like this album really does need it. I guess when it comes to 311, that is perhaps the best method for them to write music, but it just feels rather lackluster. And it also should be noted that there are only 10 tracks on here, which comes to a short runtime of 31 minutes. I actually wonder if the band ran out of ideas during the record, or wrote an excessive amount of material that has been divided up over several records in the future. Either way, at the end of the day, the bottom line is that you will blaze through this record faster than you know it, and it'll still feel somewhat empty, as if you've eaten a meal from McDonald's and are still hungry. I wasn't expecting 311 to blow me away with their newest efforts, but I will say that this new record by the band was actually quite enjoyable, considering what I thought was going to be released by them. After all, there are still songs on here that are a callback to their older selves, such as on Persimmon, and for that I am grateful. Overall, I'm going to give this album a score of 5.5 million chilies on the spicy scale, with my favourite tracks being Full Bloom, Persimmon, and All You've Seen. The music found on hand wouldn't be out of place if I was on Caribbean holiday. It does give me that kind of vibes. Very chill and not too energetic, but it doesn't seem disingenuous either. What will be perhaps interesting is that I might be seeing this band perform at the Good Things Festival in a few weeks, so that just might change my perspective on hearing this material in a live setting. Who knows? But I will be interested to hear from you guys. What are your favourite tracks off this record? And make sure to tell me in the comment section below. If you've enjoyed this content, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to us, and stay notified for future music related content, because it keeps our manager happy at the end of the day. We are also on Discord, Instagram, Facebook, and all those other social platforms if you want to check us out. As always, people, you have a great day and stay spicy.